So we're back at Stonyhurst today. We're on site. We're just going to look at taking this pillar down. We've got a section round the back of the base of this pillar that's heavily corroded. We've probably lost just around a quarter of it on the back side there, but the stone's starting to delaminate. So what we want to do is make a new fluted column for this lower section. So what we've got to do, we decided that we're going to take the top section out as well. All the capital and the string courses are all built into the wall, so we're fairly confident that we're not going to affect that too much. We've got another pillar right next to it, so this other pillar is going to take a lot of the weight. We're also thinking we might put an acro in either before or once we've got this pillar out, just to take some of the weight while we make this new lower fluted section of pillar. So yeah, we might have a pin in that top section as well, which could be problematic just depending on what size it is. But we have got a tight joint up there, so we're going to have to be careful not to damage the stonework. You know, we could be in and out in the next 5 minutes, or we're going to be but let's see how we get on. We use these big, thick hacksaw blades. They're for larger industrial mechanical hacksaws, but they're a really stiff blade, and we use these for raking out really tight joints like this. And they're ideal just to saw the mortar out, because the joint here we've only got probably 2.5–3 mil to play with, and these blades are ideal for just getting in there and just gently chopping the mortar out. I love it when the pointing stands, especially when it's really hard in awkward places. So there's no quick way of doing this, just slow and steady, keep chopping away. It's looking like that we haven't got any pins in here as well. This is going to work well. Oh! Yeah, boy. This is one of the older sections of the building as well, so we want to be really careful that we don't damage any of the stonework. Got that top one out, no pins in that, middle one, no pins in that. So we're just going to get some SEM just to rest it down on this scaffolding so we don't spolch any of this fluting on there. And then we'll pop this one off, and it should just slide out now. And then we'll move on, and we'll just check that bottom one before we do anything too serious. Make sure it's not pinned in, because sometimes it can be pinned in, and if you get a bit too heavy-handed with him, it'll pop something. So we'll just saw through that, just give it a little wobble and see what it's like. What we'll do is we'll get these out, we'll put a temporary acro in there while we make this lower fluted section, and yeah, then we'll come and stick it all back together. I reckon I was bare rugged. Check it out like that, eh? You right there. Let's go up and have a look, see what we can find up there. Eh? This is the capital where we've just been working. We're on the next deck now. The capital is in good nick, but then we've got all this stone erosion happening on this front. On this string course, this one's been eroded. This is eroded. But what we've got is historic issues in this building. Is what the actual main work is. What we're doing is we're doing a lot of grouting and pointing on the actual masonry work. It's all really tight ashlar joints, and we've gone through the whole building. We've grouted all the perps up, all the horizontals, and we've just done a scheme of line pointing now over the top of it. There's been historic. This is what triggered it. There was historic water ingress on this facade anyway. So it can be. It's a complicated front. Is this? There's a lot of elements to it. A lot of projections and overhangs, which I say we've all been grouted and pointed now. So that should have sorted that out. We've got a lead detail up here that needs looking at, wants resealing, and probably a bit of redressing on there. But apart from that, I think that anything will have stopped on for this continued stone erosion. We should have got that with the grouting and pointing regime that we've done on the building. This is where we've been doing the grouting, so all these joints were all voided, there was nothing in them, and same with these projection runs here, these were all voided, so water would just ingress into all these. So all these have been all lime grouted up now and re-lime pointed, so I'm pretty happy that this is sorted out the issue for the stone erosion down below. But what we'll do is we'll just monitor it over the next few years and then see how we get on. Yeah, so well, this is just some mastic that's already on, that's been put on the building. What they've done is they've pointed it really far out, so they've only put in maybe 5 mm of mastic on there. And this is a problem when you don't put mastic on lead properly in the right direction, you just pull it out. This ain't doing no. So what we'll do is we'll take all this off, and we'll take it all off, and then we'll redo it. We'll chase this groove out a little bit deeper, and we'll put a primer on it as well to help it bond to the masonry and the lead. Yeah, piece of cake. It's gone well. Well, it's 10 minutes, and we've got it all out. Went really well. Could have gone a lot differently. I've done loads of these, and they either go really easy or really difficult. So now what we're going to do is going to get this down off the scaffolding. We'll winch it down, take it back to the yard. I think we've already got a blank for this, so we'll get this new lower section carved up, bring it back on site, and what we'll do is we'll put pins in this. When we put it all back together, we'll put some stainless steel pins in the base in this lower section, and then we'll put a drop pin in the capital, which we'll just it's just a case of drilling up and popping a pin in, putting some tape on it, pull it out, and it'll drop into an hole into into that top piece that we're going to replace in, and then get it all pointed up, and that's it, job done.